to the Fantasy Footballers Podcast with your hosts, Andy Holloway, Jason Moore, and Mike Wright.
Welcome in.
It's football time!
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotta get a little raspy. Thursday, December 18th, week 16 of the Fantasy Football World Semifinal week.
Semifinals start today. Unless you're in a stupid week 18 playoff league. But we'll still be here for you.
Tell us how you really feel about week 18 leagues.
They're garbage albatrosses that need to be cut by platforms and not even allowed to exist.
Oh my goodness.
Strong feelings
Yeah.
from Jason Moore, freshly trimmed beard.
Got a little cut.
Oh, you almost showed your hair.
I mean, show what?
You're like, I got a haircut. Take a look.
Yeah, I mean, I
almost showed his hairs.
Take a look at my haircut.
Cut all 5 of them.
Well, welcome in one and all. We're here. We've got news for you. We got our starts of the week. We're jumping into the matchups. We got football tonight. It's go time. We had waivers run yesterday. We have Mike and Jason facing off in our league of record. The stress, is it beginning? Is it already begun?
Yeah, it definitely began yesterday. Right now, I feel okay. Right now is like the lull. We don't have anybody in the Thursday night matchup, either one of us. So it's like we get a reprieve for a few days. And then as soon as Saturday happens, where we are having our company Christmas party at your house, Andy, and
That's right.
The Bears-Packers game will be on and help determine who moves on to the championship. The palms will be moist. They will be flowing.
Knees weak?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, well, let's jump right in. We got news to talk about.
News and notes from around the league, presented by Progressive Insurance.
Devontae Adams officially doubtful. He's not going to play tonight.
Good.
He's not going to play.
He should not play.
It does make me very like the people are asking about Stafford. We talked about it yesterday. Like it would be an extremely nerve-wracking start. Like I would be actively trying not to start Matthew Stafford in Seattle.
One of the toughest matchups. High winds.
Your touchdown master.
Oh, no, we got wins.
We got wins tonight, so a little bit rain, but rain doesn't really affect things.
A lot of bit wind?
A lot of it wind. So we'll have to monitor up. We'll tweet something out before the game. Because wind is one of those things where you really need
Go get Jacoby
close to kickoff time. But there were some reports that were like 20 miles sustained, 40 mile an hour gusts.
Well, they got 2 running backs that are great. They lost the guy who's leading the league in touchdown receptions. Like Devontae Adams is that dude. Like Matthew Stafford, let's look at the career of Matthew Stafford. It is outlier touchdown season, a bunch of years, outlier touchdown season. If you took Calvin away from him during that 40 touchdown year,
or Cup,
you're probably you're thinking a little bit differently about it. It's not that he can't perform; it's that Seattle's a great defense.
They're a great defense.
He already would have been a questionable start in Seattle with Devontae Adams.
They held Phillip Rivers to 1 touchdown.
That's it. These are the guys.
Oh man,
I mean, shut down.
Woody Marks didn't practice.
I believe what you mean is they gave up a touchdown to Phillip Rivers. His line was 0.5.
Yeah, Woody Marks not practicing. Nick Chubb was limited. Yeah, it's a little confusing right now, which sucks because he is fantasy gold in their hills.
Jawar Jordan is like so.
Jawar.
Is a player that I really thought about going hard on the waivers after. I decided not to because I thought Woody was going to play. If Woody does not play, he's got to be in your lineup.
I don't think so.
Not if Nick Chubb plays.
I don't think so if Nick Chubb is active. I think that would be a bad decision.
Well,
we know the hierarchy there.
Yeah.
Jawar Jordan had to be signed off the practice squad this week to be back on the roster, which might be an indication of either Chubb not being back enough or Woody Marks not being active.
Now, Woody Marks didn't practice last Wednesday, and I know he got knocked out of the game, so that didn't fully work out. But
I bet we have a report by today's
Exactly.
discussion.
This isn't a full panic that Woody Marks is not going to play yet.
Marvin Harrison returned to a limited practice. He may be back out there. I know the question will be, do you still like Michael Wilson? Yes, I do. I still like Michael Wilson this week. It is the best matchup over the last 5 to 8 weeks for wide receivers.
Yeah, it's a fantastic game environment all the way around. I had people ask, I saw several questions on X about Michael Wilson. It's like, how do you go away from what
Jerry
he's
Rice.
been doing?
If Jerry Rice is playing, you play him. Drake London, this is a good question. He returned to a limited practice. He could be on the prescription you were saying that Adams would be if he was active, which is he might not play a full allotment of snaps. They made the comment, we're excited to see what he can give us, but it impacts your Kyle Pitts. It impacts your perception of this game. Are you automatically starting Drake London if he's active?
I think I would automatically
I'm pretty
start
close.
him.
Yeah.
The what has been happening with Kirk Cousins with Kyle Pitts. I mean, look at Pitts last week, and Drake London is just way better.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if Drake London is active, they need Darnell Mooney.
Seriously, what
has
happened?
his skill evaporated? I don't know what's going on, but it seems like he's just
Maybe
like a worthless.
He had all the weird preseason injury stuff, if you remember, like in training camp.
Well, he broke his clavicle immediately, didn't he?
Yeah, I don't remember what the full injury was, but it was like Mooney might play this year. That's where we had
that
just the
point of
weirdness,
time.
and then he was just ready.
We're still in the he might
Maybe
play
he
this
was-
year.
Yeah, but
Maybe he was never ready.
They just don't have. What was it? David Sills is out there running almost 100%.
I would play
of-
Sills over Mooney.
Sure,
and
yeah.
if London was out, I think Sills is a weird dart throw
I
because he's
agree.
out there 80+% of snaps. Tetaroa McMillan, T-Mac.
Whoa,
Tetaroa, T-Mac,
yes.
Tetaroa McMillan. Did not practice on Wednesday, foot and ankle injury. We'll monitor that today as well. Pete Carroll said there's a good chance Geno Smith starts in Week 16. Okay. Brock Bowers, I guess, is better off
A little bit, yeah.
with Geno, but not by a lot. And then we've got big names in today's matchups that we'll talk about, but Christian Watson's one of them. We should definitely mention it at the top here. He returned to a limited practice. He came out and said, like Josh Jacobs, he said, you got to play with stuff this time of year. That's what his comments were. You got to deal with stuff this time of year. The direct quote, we're at the point of the season when you've got to fight through some stuff, so should be good.
I mean, Josh Jacobs is the example, the leader.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
How do you possibly...
Oh, you're
Man.
not going to play with that? Watch me.
I'm playing with this. Look how
Yeah.
hugely swollen my knee is.
My leg goes the wrong direction. I'm out there
Oh,
running.
man.
I mean, that you're making some assumptions that Josh Jacobs is going to be active.
I sure
Jason.
am, Michael. I sure am.
Roma Dunze, Luther Burden did not practice on Wednesday. DeAndre Swift added to the injury report with a groin injury. This game is wild because I really like Caleb Williams in this game.
Yep. Mhm.
But I don't know exactly who's catching all of the passes.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what happens. Odunze is probably going to
I bet
miss.
he-
I would say
I bet he
Burden's.
speaks the love language.
Yeah, he might. That might be his love language. And a little Komet action.
What? Get out of here.
I was trying to find some sort of Komet double entendre, and I couldn't do it. Rashi
It's
Rice.
a hard name.
It's the best a man can make.
It's very nice, Mike.
It's Komet. Okay.
That's
Rashi
good.
Rice.
That's a swish.
We were surprised here. Rashi Rice did not practice. Well, not surprised because Rashi Rice got hit
He's
so
been getting
hard,
exploded.
but we didn't hear about a concussion until yesterday.
He did not get hit in the head. He was hit so hard in the body that it just swelled the brain. That's what it's. I mean,
It does feel like that. He was hit so hard in the spine that it just went.
yeah, it just yep, cartoon style.
Crash test dummy. That's what he was. T. Higgins remains in concussion protocol limited on Wednesday. And Kellen Moore had already ruled out Devin Neal and Devon Vele. Alvin Kamara's not practicing. It's going to be Evan Hull and Audric Estime.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Not in that order necessarily. Brady Cook will start for the Jets again this week. Hooray! That was News and Notes, sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Quotes today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers not available in all states or situations. Coverage subject to policy terms, limits, and conditions. It's time for starts.
Starts of the week.
Oh, mine's Caleb Williams. That is, I spent a lot of time. Look, this is high pressure starts of the week. It is. It's very difficult. I felt like the best matchups. Maybe this is encouraging. Let me start the segment like this. We've all got starts of the week at every position. I felt like all the best matchups this week were legitimately the best players. So
Yeah.
I didn't. Jonathan Taylor, right?
Right,
I'm talking strength of schedule, stream finder tool. The best matchups, a lot of them were the auto start guys. Bijan, right? Like,
Right.
I'm not going to come on here and say start Bijan or start Jonathan Taylor.
Well, that's my start of the week.
In your heart?
No, I'm joking.
You didn't really have Bijan, do you?
No, I do not
okay.
have Bijan. I'm the same as you. Like,
So I'm trying to find
we're trying
players
to
that
give
are
you
on the-
alternatives should you need them.
or confidence boosts on
Yeah.
players that you have a decision to make on them. Quarterback is always a decision. We just talked about Stafford. Maybe you've got another one on the roster. Caleb Williams against Green Bay, to me, your first glance, you're like, nah, I don't want to do that. I think you should do it. I think that we've seen the struggles of the Green Bay defense on the road in recent weeks against Denver and Detroit.
Parsons,
That's it.
devastating.
That's the major point of this conversation, the pass rush. The offensive line, already great for Chicago. You're at home. It is a huge game. Caleb's up over 20 fantasy points per game at home this year. He rushes the football, a good baseline there. And without Micah Parsons putting pressure on him, I do think he's going to have a very successful week. They gave up a ton of points in Denver last week, lost Micah Parsons. Bo Nix was great. I'm going Caleb Williams for a crucial semifinal week.
I like it. He is the type of quarterback that has pretty hot and cold from a fantasy standpoint. Even he's been playing well, not turning the ball over. But when you get a good game, you can have a really, really impactful game. So that will be exciting. I'm going to go with my quarterback against Mike. I think he is. It's a very good game environment for Dak Prescott.
What's going on with you?
No, I mean, we have a city right north of us that we go to all the time, and it's Prescott. It's spelled the same, but it's Prescott.
Jason,
right.
we've done this show for 11 years.
Yeah, Prescott has existed
Stop making excuses.
before the show.
Okay, Dak Prescott at home versus the Los Angeles Chargers. He currently leads the NFL in passing yards. He's the identity of the Cowboys team. The Cowboys are averaging 59 combined points per game. You know how we're going to go through matchups today, and whenever we hear a 50-point over-under, we're like, oh, this is awesome. We want part of these game environments. They're averaging 59 combined points per game. You can't ask for much more than that. That's the most of any team since 2018. This game that they're in is already a 49.5-point over-under, second highest of the week. Like, probably take the over on that. And at home, he's been great. So I know that the Chargers defense is very good, and Dak is coming off of a down week, but at home, just like when he was at home against Philly and was great.
Wasn't he at home against Minnesota?
Yes.
Okay.
So, I mean, but the thing is he didn't play poorly. It was the rushing touchdowns that happened. He just got 3 rushing touchdowns siphoned from him.
61% of his passes, 300 yards. He just
Yeah,
didn't score.
I look, it's the same as Burrow. It's the same as Dak. When we just talked about Burrow and Dak, they're in the same boat. You're not playing for something. Los Angeles is playing for something, but you make the case.
All right. If you're interested in 20 fantasy points from your quarterback with the ability to go nuclear this week against the Atlanta Falcons, it is Jacoby Beef Brisket Brissett.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of the most baffling things I've ever experienced playing in fantasy football, that there is a quarterback who is just, since he has taken over, has never not been a top 12 option. He's scoring 20-plus points on the regular, and he is on some people's waiver wire, at least as of Tuesday when we were talking about it. Jason's stream of the week, my start of the week. Jacoby is just, he's going to chuck it so much. And you have Bam Knight is out now. There are conversations of, is it Michael Carter? Is it Amari DiMarcado? It doesn't matter truly.
It's 50 pass attempts.
It's Jacoby. It is Jacoby who will throw for another 250 yards and probably multiple touchdowns.
Moving to the running back position, the best matchup of the week, Jason's got that guy as his start of the week, at least in terms of strength of schedule. And then, like I said, a lot of the big matchups beyond that are great. It's Achane, it's Bijan, it's Bucky, it's Saquon. I'm going to go with a guy that I think people are waiting to have make a huge contribution to their lineup. Like, maybe you can start him, but you don't feel like he's going to win you the week. Maybe this will be the week he gets it done. Amari and Hampton at Dallas, 15 and 16 touches in the 2 games back. Quinnen Williams might be out in this game. They've been better at stopping the run.
Yeah, he's in concussion protocol.
So I think Amarian Hampton has the capability and the opportunity to give you a big week.
All right, my running back start of the week. This is a little bit crazy. This is for those who are in need. Mike, I'm going to need second level underpants on this.
You got it, my man. Let me find those things for you.
Titanium underpants.
And
these are big boy underpants.
I'm with you with the pants, and I'm with you on the play. It makes sense.
These are 227-pound big body back underpants. Talking about a guy that, Mike, you really liked coming out of college. Audric Estime Lauder. He is the current Saints running back who I and many are projecting to be the starter. Now, Evan Hull is there. This is a situation. Alvin Kamara has been injured. He was not at practice the last I saw. I don't expect him to play. If he does, let's just pivot to him. If he's out, then you have two running backs left because Devin Neal, who was doing great work, injured. Kendre Miller obviously doesn't know how to not be injured. And so Audric Estime, he was out there. If you look at once Devin Neal went down, he got the majority of the works and snaps from that point forward. He got 3 targets, and he played well. The Saints are 4.5-point home favorites, and the matchup is as good as matchups get right now. The Jets, since giving up Quinnen Williams, have given up monster performances every single week on the ground.
How much does he weigh?
227 pounds.
So based on
He's thick.
I've done some math over here, guys. Ultra thin titanium underpants, they would only add about 2.5 pounds.
Oh, thank goodness.
A more rigid armor style. I don't know if it looks like that in the video, Mike.
Yeah.
That's about 5 extra pounds, or as ChatGPT says, dramatically heavier and far less comfortable than they sound.
Yeah, I
didn't think they sounded very comfortable to begin with.
I mean, the thing about the titanium underpants is it's two purposes. It stops, or like it protects, your sensitives.
Mm-hmm.
It also seals everything in.
Right.
For
no leakage.
When you have
when
you certainly poop in those titanium pants.
Well, come on now.
It stays there.
But I will say this. So when I'm talking about my starts of the week, a lot of times, we always are rooting for our starts of the week to do great, and hopefully they do, oftentimes, and sometimes they don't. I'm writing on this. I am personally playing Audric Estime against Mike in my lineup. I'm choosing to play him over David Montgomery, and so that if you're in that level of a situation, I'm trying to be like, would I really do this in the playoffs? Yeah, I'm doing it.
And you're doing it over David Montgomery.
Yeah.
Mike?
All right, mine is... It's a little up in the air right now. I have Houston running back down against the Las Vegas Raiders. I think it will still be Woody Marks based off of, he had taken over. They at least said that he could have gone back in the game. It was just unnecessary at that point. And I think that Wednesday's just a rest. So I do believe that it will be Woody Marks. Should it not be Woody Marks and Nick Chubb is up, I have no problem. Like an estimate type of play. Nick Chubb could go right in. If they both miss, Jawar Jordan, he just ran for 100 yards.
Is this, then that, though?
Yes.
It's Chubb over Jordan.
It is for me.
It is for me, too.
It goes Woody, then if Woody's out, and then it goes Nick Chubb, and then to Jordan. I think all are perfectly fine fantasy football plays. The Texans are 2 touchdown favorites at home. So here, over the last 5 years, here are the team rushing averages among 2 touchdown favorites. 31 total attempts, 145 rushing yards, and 1.5 rushing touchdowns on average. And on top of that, the Raiders they are a great matchup for running backs in general. It's all lining up here.
All right, I'm going Michael Wilson against Atlanta for my wide receiver start of the week. The number 1 wide receiver in fantasy football over the last 5 weeks, regardless of what seems to be Marvin Harrison's return in this game. You're in a dome. It's tied for the 3rd highest over-under of the week. Atlanta, Arizona, 48.5 points. Falcons, the best matchup in the last 5 weeks to wide receivers. Michael Wilson is doing too much good work. Cardinals have too few good running backs. It's the same argument that you made for Jacoby. Wilson will be on the other end of 5 to 15 catches and back into the end zone, I think.
And you know for certain that the Arizona Cardinals will win this game. There's no world where they don't win. There's nothing.
I've thought about this, Jason. I've examined it from every angle. You're 100%
There
right.
is nothing
They're
the
going to
Cardinals
ruin
could
their draft
do
pick.
worse than winning this game. They're in a beautiful situation. If they lose to the Falcons, now they flip with the Falcons. And not only does that hurt their pick, but guess who has the Falcons pick, which is already top 10?
Oh, man.
The Rams. So it's like the Cardinals will shoot themselves in the foot.
The Rams could win
in
the
the
Super
junk.
Bowl.
They're just, I mean,
Wait, say that again?
they're shooting themselves right in the junk. This is a purposeful shot. They're so dumb they're going to win this game. So yeah, Michael Wilson probably 5 touchdowns.
Hey, the
man.
only
Oh.
potential saving grace of that argument, Jason, because that's definitely Cardinals, is that the Falcons would also screw up their pick.
Yeah, this is a real
It's a real.
which franchise is going to franchise the most? Like,
It's a Two Stooges situation.
yes. My wide receiver start of the week
You fell right into my trap.
is DK Metcalf.
I got into the dock first. I was putting in my starts of the week, and I was like, oh, man, DK Metcalf against the Lions?
Yeah.
I was like, mm-mm.
You're going
I'm
to
gonna make
me do
Jason
it?
do
Yeah.
it.
Well, Mike will be playing DK Metcalf.
Which, by the way, I mean, back-to-back weeks for DK Metcalf in this start of the week segment.
Yeah, and
Oh, it didn't. I guess he
No, he had a-
scored.
yeah, he had a good
score.
game.
He had a good week?
he did.
He
He's had 2 good weeks in a row.
some
One,
points.
the thing is with DK Metcalf is that we want high targets. We want him to be a volume wide receiver, and it's really disappointing that he hasn't been.
How about
He was-
fantasy points? Can we settle on
But
those?
fantasy points at the end are all that matters. Right now, he's been doing a great job. He's the wide receiver 15 on the year. He was drafted as the wide receiver 20. That's good. He's a B in consistency. It sucks because when you watch the games, you're like, why aren't you targeting him? But then he ends up with a touchdown and he's okay. This matchup against the Lions is it's the perfect semifinals matchup. They rank number 1 in use of man. 46% of their dropbacks are in man coverage. In that span, they've allowed the highest explosive pass play, and they're 31st in fantasy points above expectation to outside wide receivers. This is like a perfect situation for Metcalf to go off.
In case you were tempted to get somebody else in your start of the week, bad news. Marshawn Lloyd changed to doubtful.
Oh, wow!
Not again.
That seems like a move up.
Yeah, he's
the
he's up.
first- He's moved from out to doubtful.
Doubtful to doubtful.
Congratulations!
All right.
And the last thing I'll add for DK Metcalf, if you're out there, I'm playing him, is Detroit can stop pass catching running backs pretty well, and the Steelers are doing that a ton. I mean, Kenny Gainwell is getting so many. I think he leads the team in receptions, but
Oh my gosh.
but the
Arthur Smith.
but the Lions can shut that down. And just like when they Steelers played the team that shuts down tight ends, they're like, fine, we'll throw to our $150 million guy.
Right.
All right, my wide receiver start of the week, it is Juwan Jennings, who is taking on the Indianapolis Colts. Quietly, I think, since week 9, he's been a top 24 wide receiver in 5 of 6 touchdowns in those games, a 23% target share, and Ricky Pearsall got his injury, his PCL, it was re-aggravated. So I expect in a plus matchup, the Colts over the last 5 weeks, 27th in schedule adjusted points to wide receivers. It's all there, and I think that Juwan's going to have a good game. It was going to be a great game, but I downgraded him.
Yeah,
I downgraded
that
him.
sounded funny. Tight end start of the week is Dallas Goedert.
Great.
Goedert. Dallas Goedert against Washington. The tight end 4
Yes.
on the season, 9 receiving touchdowns, 6 receptions from a career high. His utilization inside the 5 is awesome. The matchup is awesome. Washington allowing the highest yards per pass attempt in the NFL. I'm going back to the well. I believe his projection set around 40 yards. I think he's up above that. Dallas Goedert against Washington.
I'm going to Rondé Gadsden II against Dallas. He is a wide receiver, not really a tight end. He lines up.
He's your tight end.
He is my tight end, and this is another one where look, if you want to play him with me, this is who I'm playing against Mike. I lost Darren Waller in my mind, so I'm choosing to play him. He was my number 1 pickup over Dalton Schultz, over Parkinson, over Juwan Johnson. Other good options out there.
That's wild.
I chose Gadsden. He's a downfield threat, and I think that game environment against the Dallas Cowboys with huge hurt, they're going to use him. He's 4 for 61.
And Trey
last
Harris is banged up. Did you know this?
Oh, are you serious?
Right after we talked about it.
Oh, my goodness.
By the way, I would normally choose this moment to make fun of Jason for having 3 of his players as the 4 starts of the week. I would love to do that. But you have to understand, 2 of the 3 players were waiver wire pickups yesterday. So this was not this was not they're on my team, so they're starts of the week. This is they're on the waiver wire. I signed them to play them because I believe they're starts of the week. Estime, Gadsden, both pickups, both into the lineup.
What could go wrong?
It's nasty.
Yeah.
Everything.
Sometimes you got to scratch. Sometimes you got to scratch a claw in the playoffs.
Yeah.
If you're with me, you're with me.
I'm going with Brenton Strange against Denver. The tight end start-sits. They are tough this week. Gadsden, I think he's a fine play. Juwan Johnson. But I went with Brenton Strange. He's being targeted on 21% of his routes. That is a very, very strong number. I know since he's been back from the injury, he's averaging almost 50 yards a game. And over the last 5 weeks, the Broncos are 30th in schedule-adjusted fantasy points to the tight end. It is a place where that excellent defense can be beat for fantasy purposes.
All right, we're going to take a break and jump right into the forecast.
All right. We are in the heart of the fantasy season, and the injuries are already piling up. ACLs, stingers, and turf toes, oh my. In fact, the only thing right now that feels good is having the perfect backup ready to go. So wouldn't it be great if you had a perfect backup in real life too? With Progressive, you get more than just a policy. You get a playbook full of coverage options that you can count on for your home or for your auto. You want to customize your protection? No problem. You can build your coverage just like your fantasy team, making sure you got the right players in every position and a backup plan when you need it most. And when life throws an audible, like that fumble in the driveway or a hailstorm at home, Progressive is there with 24/7 support. Don't get caught without a great backup. Visit Progressive.com to quote today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party issuers. Not available in all states or situations. Coverage subject to term, policy, limits, and conditions.
Fantasy Forecast, presented by Prize Picks.
2 Saturday games this week. Philadelphia 9-5 against the 4-10. We're done with the season. Commanders. Vegas line Philly -6.5, over under 44.5. They shut down Jaden Daniels. Philadelphia can clinch the division with a victory and will become, if they do that, which they should, they're heavy favorites, the first repeat NFC East champions in 20 years.
that
Wow.
just feels impossible, especially in a division like that, but wow.
Yeah. So, look, I was close to making Jalen Hurts a start of the week. I feel like Jalen Hurts is going to have a very good week. You're obviously going to play Saquon Barkley. You're going to play A.J. Brown. The one player I'm feeling pretty I'll just put it on display. Like there's nothing better as an example than our own situations and decisions. So, guys, I have Devontae Smith in a league I'm in a semifinal in. He was in my lineup. Yesterday I made the swap after looking at the numbers to Rico Dowdle.
Okay.
Now, Devontae Smith has not been very good.
No.
I mean, you look at he had a number 2 overall finish in week 7. That's amazing. Since then, he's had 3 wide receiver 2 starts and low-end wide receiver 2. And then he's had 4 games where you were like, crap, I shouldn't have started Devontae Smith. I felt like my team, which is favored against Mike in League of Shadows, would be better served by the consistency of Rico Dowdle with the upside versus does Devontae Smith catch a bomb?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
No, I think you're right. I've had him in
I think you should play Smith against me.
Okay.
Yes.
That tells you what you need to know.
That makes sense. No, I think Devontae
And Goddard
Smith
has been great.
Devontae Smith is someone that you can definitely start, but he is in a category. Like if you're looking at Devontae Smith, who's been in a lull since the super squeaky wheel of A.J. Brown has demanded the ball and then received it, versus a Jacoby Myers, who's been really consistent. I would probably go Jacoby Myers in that. There's a lot of other players that I think I would start over Devontae Smith. He's still a fine, flex option.
If you were flexing Goddard or Devontae Smith, you'd still go Devontae Smith?
I would.
I think
yes.
I'd go Goddard.
Yeah, I mean, that's where
I'm with you. I really like Goddard this week.
It's crazy because, like, Jason has brought this up a zillion times. Like, when Goddard is out and not a part of the offense, Devontae Smith thrives. When he's there, he's much more inconsistent. He's a C, I believe, right now in our consistency scores, which puts him at
Consistency.
a consistent C. Yeah, he's 47% of the time above 10 points. That's a 50-50 shot this week. I don't want that. I feel like Dowdle is pretty guaranteed for 10 points.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's that side of the situation. Now the other side, no Jaden Daniels. Mariota will start. Chris Rodriguez is back, full practices. You can kind of take your JCM and say goodbye.
Mm-hmm.
Say bye to Bill.
No.
Terry McLaurin, he's looked like Terry McLaurin the last few weeks. Are you okay with him in this one, or are you scared?
I'm okay with him, but I'm scared of the matchup. I mean, the Eagles have one of the best defenses in the league. This is a divisional game, so I think it's going to be really hard-fought, grueling battle. Like Mariota is a guy that I'm really curious on because he's been very good for fantasy. Plenty of top 10 finishes, and I like in our listener league, I had Jaden Daniels. I've been riding Marcus Mariota without Daniels, and it's been working great. I had the bye week, and now I'm here, and I'm terrified because I'm starting Mariota. And so it's one of those things where I think Mariota can be okay. I think Terry McLaurin can be okay, but you're not excited about the matchup. So if you have better options, pivot. I don't have a better option.
And I would say despite a career-high 57% of the snaps,
I am the Senate.
I wouldn't play him
Don't
this
play
week.
him.
I wouldn't. Maybe next week.
No Ben Sinnott.
But
No
I won't
Ben
play
Sinnott.
him. I'm not going to play him this
No.
week.
All right, this one's much more exciting. Green Bay 9-4-1, Chicago 10-4, Vegas line Chicago -1.5. The over/under is 46.5. I do like Chicago to win this game
Ooh,
myself.
The line flipped.
So
Green Bay was favored?
This is only the fourth time that these two teams have played in the Super Bowl era where both teams entered the game in the playoff picture at the end of the year.
That's shocking.
So Green Bay won 28-21 in Week 14. It went down to the wire in that game, if you remember. Chicago had the ball with a chance to tie.
Doesn't that just mean the Bears haven't been good for a long time? Because it's like the Packers are always
Yes.
Pretty much.
It's not been great for the Bears.
Throw some respect on Rex Grossman
Yeah.
era.
Okay.
Yeah, the Hester era.
That's right.
Oh, man, Devin Hester. That was fun.
But you know, you have this is just a fun game. It's Saturday
I'm
night.
so excited for this.
It's going to be cold, but not to the point of damaging the game in any capacity. The wind should be fine. It's in Soldier Field. I mean, this is awesome, and it's crazy because, you know, like Chicago could be a very high seed, or they can still like miss the playoffs.
Yeah, there is I think it's a low odds, but it could happen.
But not only, but it's actually realistic.
Right.
Like when you look at the things that have to happen, it's like that could happen. I don't think it will, but like they have a lot to play for here. Both teams really need this victory.
And the line was Green Bay -1.5. Now it's Chicago -1.5. Nothing's happened on an injury front that affects that. It's literally basically a heads-up game in the minds of those in Vegas. I'm excited about it. I just talked about Caleb. We don't need to talk about him again. The DeAndre Swift groin injury, though, popping up on Wednesday. We know he's had a tendency to play through injuries even to his production detriment. He was like high snap counts, big production last week. This has kind of been the way things have gone. All of a sudden, you think you can trust Swift, and Monangai has a monster game. The groin injury now has to throw a little bit of, you know, hopefully we get another injury report saying he's doing okay. But, you know, the running game against Green Bay, how do you feel about those two running backs?
If Swift is in, I'm going to play him.
Yeah, for sure.
He's been too good. He's entering the week limited, Monangai at least becomes an option, like a flex
Corum
option.
or Monangai right now, based on everything you know?
I would go Corum.
I would go Monangai. Just
See, I mean that's
Yeah, it's close.
it's a heads up situation. I think I lean Monangai myself, but yeah, it's tough. Roma Dunze, we don't think will be playing. He had the setback. We would love to say, hey, Luther Burden has this huge opportunity. He hasn't practiced in 2 days with an ankle injury. So, DJ Moore, you're there.
Yeah.
You're there, and there's an opportunity.
If Luther Burden plays, I do think he is a startable.
Not over Moore, though, right? Even if Burden's there?
No, I think I'd go with DJ Moore just because of the injury. And then look, Colston Loveland he has an 18% target share over the last month. He is a startable option. The matchup is pretty rough. Green Bay, 4th on the season against tight ends, 3rd over the last 6 weeks. But
He's a wide out. Let's just call him a wide out.
should Burden miss, then I mean the targets have to be consolidated to your good players, and Loveland should see a 20 or higher of the targets.
If Burton and Rome are out, how high does that put DJ Moore? Like, would you start DJ Moore or Terry McLaurin?
More.
I would as well.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of players like Justin Jefferson, Ladd McConkey, Jacoby Myers, that tier. I think I would put DJ Moore above all of them, and he becomes a very interesting playoff guy. And
if Swift is healthy, I think he catches a bunch of passes too,
Yes.
with the absence of those guys.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Jacobs didn't practice Tuesday or Wednesday. We know that if he can go, he will go.
And he can. And he will.
Josh, think about the future.
Nah, he's a
Think
more
about now.
Yeah. He says he doesn't like watching the game.
He doesn't have
Nobody
to.
does.
Turn it off.
Nobody likes watching.
Close
other
your
than
eyes.
Waddle does.
Josh Jacobs
Marshawn Lloyd does.
is a manimal.
It is still, no matter what psychological things you're having to do for your brain right now, it is 100% terrifying. Josh Jacobs, just because he played through an injury last week doesn't mean, look, you don't want your star running back playing hurt. The Bears defense is number 5 against the running back position. They have stepped it up considerably since the beginning of the year. The matchup is it's not a plus matchup. You do have an injured Josh Jacobs. The knee hurts.
Mm-hmm.
You also have Emmanuel Wilson, healthier than he was last week. Wilson was very questionable.
Yeah,
due to
he was
illness.
sick. It wasn't an injury.
No, but due to illness. So you've got a week removed from that where you can lean on somebody else. I'm not saying that Jacobs won't perform or that you shouldn't play him. I'm just saying he is riskier than a lot of other players this week.
There is definitely risk with Josh Jacobs, for sure. I mean, tough matchup, can be spelled. He could only have one touchdown in this game.
There it is.
Yeah,
it is.
With all the jokes, I am terrified to see Josh Jacobs on the other side.
Yeah, no question. Jordan Love, 4-1 against the Bears in his career, quarterback 12 on the season. I don't know if I'm fighting to play Jordan Love. What would you do, Stafford or Love this week?
Oh,
You
that
should have
one's
Christian
interesting.
Watson playing. Jaden Reed is back. Romeo Doubs, Dontavian Wicks, Matthew Golden. I mean, you have a wide array.
Yeah, and this is usually, so far this season, they kind of flipped the script from last year. They become a pass funnel where you can throw on the Bears easier than you can run on the Bears. So I think that Love will be necessary in this game, and I could see this game scoring a lot of points. 46.5 points on the over-under right now. Yeah, I think would I go Stafford or Love?
They're
Man.
back-to-back in the rankings. So
I would probably go Love.
I think I lean Love as well.
All right.
I just want to know how a game itself scores a bunch of points, though. You have to explain that one to me later. Sunday games,
I think you
Buffalo.
can see the leap we took to get there.
Buffalo at Cleveland. The Bills are 10-4. The Browns are 3-11. Goodness gracious. Buffalo minus 10.5. Over under 41.5. I've seen some people be like, "Oh, I'm scared." Like Josh Allen against Cleveland. What?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Just play Josh Allen, man. Don't detour from the entire, like they say, whatever, ride on the horse that brought you. He's like four
Josh
horses.
Stallion, man.
Yeah, he is a horse. I mean, this is not a fair fight. The short fields that they're going to have, the opportunities, like he could have 5 touchdowns with 120 passing yards. That could legitimately happen in this game. The Buffalo defense is a great play. Buffalo, it's 10.5-point favorites. The over-under is low, but the gap is so wide that it gives Buffalo 26 points. So, yeah, don't overthink that one.
Agreed.
What are the Browns doing with their Shedeur Sanders, Quinshon Judkins utilization?
I really wanted to make Judkins the start of the week because of the matchup.
Because he should
and
be.
then I was like, dude, I'm actually really
because
terrified
he
of it.
should be. He is their best offensive player. Fannin, I don't want to throw him out, but he is a real true stud for them, and they're giving him the ball like 10 times while they're letting Shedeur drop back 40 times a game.
Well,
stop it.
Letting them and being down by 1 million points. This is the old Isaiah Crowell problem with Cleveland.
And
you can't hand it off when you're down.
But when in the beginning of the game, like the first half when it can't be really truly out of reach, Judkins should have 15 carries or 12.
I agree.
It's also not gone very great for Judkins is averaging 3.6 yards per carry on the season. Since the bye week, which is 6 games, he's averaging 3.1 yards.
You got to give that man more work.
So I wanted
they tried 14 for 26 against Tennessee, 12 for 21 against the Bears, and the pass catching work of the college version of Judkins is not showing up.
I'm looking at the game splits with Shedeur and without. His points per game is down about 3. Targets stay the same. It's a little bit more nerve-wracking than I thought it would have been.
The matchup is good. You can run on Buffalo. So I would still be willing to play Judkins. I'm just frustrated with it.
He's averaging fewer rushing attempts with Shedeur.
Harold Fannin, who I think you just have to keep starting him. It's not a great matchup.
Yeah. I'll play Fannin. But he's the entire he's the entire passing offense.
Exactly.
Yeah, Fannin should be fine. I don't know about the whole Dalton Kincaid, Dawson Knox situation. The utilization of 3 tight ends there mixed with the injury of Dalton Kincaid and the fact he's having to constantly play through stuff, which, by the way, didn't practice again, managing a knee injury.
Goodness gracious.
It kind of puts Kincaid on the shelf for me a little bit this week.
Yeah.
Because we've named 1 million tight ends this week. Colby Parkinson.
There's a lot of
and
good options this
Gadsden
week.
and Juwan Johnson. I know that Papa Josh and them are playing. And I just feel like Kincaid, we just don't know how healthy he really is. There are some things we just don't understand. We don't. If you're playing in the game, we don't know if you're 10% hurt or, playing through it like Josh Jacobs. It's are you of the same opinion, Mike, with Kincaid?
Yeah, I would play Fannin over him.
Yeah, that one's pretty easy to me. I think that there are some deeper.
Okay.
Your start of the week, Brenton Strange. I think that's a better play.
I would play Brenton Strange.
And I would play James Cook, and I would not play the roulette with the wide receivers again.
Agreed.
So. I would never play Jerry Jeudy. You can't make me do it. You can't even pay me to do it.
Oh, man.
I really don't like him.
You loved him. This is why you hate him so much.
Maybe.
Is because
when you love somebody and they let you down.
When you love a
Broken
prospect and then they go in and it's just you keep holding that hope for them because like Judy gave you a couple flashes where you're like, okay, I was right. I wasn't crazy when I saw it. He was a first-round pick. I think he was
him and CD, right?
He was taken in front of all of them.
He was the 15th.
Was he in front of CD? Was that the Jefferson year?
I think CD went ahead of him.
No, CD was 17.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, so it was 2 apart.
Yeah, he was a great prospect.
I'm thinking of a different year with Jefferson.
And that dude.
I was thinking of Rager.
Ruggs was ahead of him.
Yeah,
Ruggs, Judy, CD.
Yeah, but anyways, when you love a prospect like that, and then they just really let you down, your heart turns bitter.
Yeah, after a while you end up out. All right, let's take a break. We got more matchups.
With the U.S. Bank Smartly Visa Signature Card, you earn an unlimited 2% cash back on every purchase. That's right, every purchase. 2% cash back at restaurants, 2% cash backs at the gym, which you'll need to burn off those restaurant calories. Groceries? Yep, you'll earn 2% cash back on those too. New tires, new outfits, New York City getaway, all earn 2% cash back. Noticing a trend? So whether you're splurging on concert tickets, fueling up for your commute, or shopping for that perfect birthday gift for the bestie, you'll be earning unlimited 2% cash back on every purchase. Visit usbank.com/smartlycard to learn more. The creditor and issuer of this card is U.S. Bank National Association, pursuant to a license from Visa USA Incorporated. Some restrictions may apply. Aura Frames is the hidden gem that becomes the favorite gift long after the wrapping paper is gone, and you can enjoy unlimited free photo and video uploads. Simply download the Aura app, connect to Wi-Fi, and start adding memories in seconds. Every gift can be personalized with a custom message that appears when it's first turned on, a very thoughtful touch for any occasion. And if there's that person in your family or your friend group that you really want to impress, that you hope years from now they look back and they say, I remember when I got that. That's now changed how I experience life because new photos are always coming up and new memories are showing up. That's the Aura Frame. And for a limited time, you could save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off Aura's best-selling Carver Mat frames, named #1 by Wirecutter by using the promo code footballers at checkout. That's Aura, AURA, frames.com, promo code footballers. This deal is exclusive to listeners, and frames sell out fast. So order yours now in time for the holidays and support this show by mentioning us at checkouts. Terms and conditions apply.
This one's really interesting to me. You know, a lot of names came up in the starts of the week for this one. The Los Angeles Chargers 10-4 against the 6-7-1 Dallas Cowboys. You know, Jim Harbaugh now 10 wins or more in each of the first 2 years in Los Angeles. Disappointing year for Dallas, but Hampton and Dak are both starts of the week this week. The over-under's 49.5, Dallas -2.5 in this one. Man.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Really?
Yeah, I get your hesitation because the Cowboys are now out of the playoffs, so they have less motivation. The Chargers need the game. The Chargers are the better team. And so the fact that Dallas is favored by 2.5, that is really surprising.
Weird?
Yes, I would have assumed it would be 2.5 for the Chargers.
What do they know?
Yeah.
What do
No,
they
I
know?
did. I'm not hitting any buttons because I'm thinking the same thing. I mean, maybe just from a matchup perspective, they believe Dallas is still out there giving it their all.
I believe they will. They're NFL, they don't lay down.
The Chargers are Pickens would. Chargers are currently the 5th seed in the AFC. They play Dallas on the road, then they play Houston, then they play on the road against Denver.
Ooh.
If they win out, they might still end up the 5th seed. So you're talking about
They could lose out on those three.
yeah, they could miss the playoffs then.
You would imagine that they
Right?
will not be
Really?
favored. Yeah, I would imagine.
What are the playoff odds of the Chargers?
if
Because you would have what? The Colts would have to win to get in. The Colts would be the one to beat them,
the
right?
Chargers, I'm looking
It's
at
like 90%,
this
92%.
is an article on NFL.com. Right now the Chargers are a 92% chance to make.
But I mean, with
But
those, they could lose out.
these 3 games, like if they're really underdogs in this game, I would imagine they're going to be underdogs on the road in Texas and underdogs on the road.
if
in,
they
they're at
lose,
home against the
Oh,
Texans.
okay.
Yeah.
if they lose based off of the formulas, they would drop to an 87% chance of making the playoffs.
if they lose this game,
yes.
Okay.
Well, they still need to win it. You know what I mean? Justin Herbert, Amari Hampton, Ladd McConkey. It has been rough. Ladd McConkey's season.
It's been rough for the Chargers.
I mean, the McConkey
honestly.
season as a whole, where he was drafted, we haven't really talked about it in like, not talking about the little chunks of, the first 4 weeks of the season, you're like, this is a complete bust. The next 4 weeks of the season, you're like, this is awesome. He is back. Ladd McConkey's the dude. Their offensive line goes through struggles. Now he's basically back into, I'm scared. And he's wide receiver 24 on the entire year.
I'm not that scared. I mean, the last 2 weeks have been abysmal, but that was against Philly. That was against Kansas City. This is the best matchup for wide receivers. Even though Quinnen Williams has really helped shut down the run, I don't view the Cowboys as having some great pass rush.
Man,
I mean, are you scared? You got to start at the top. Are you scared of Herbert?
yes, that's what
Yeah.
that's what I was kind of getting at. Is like some of it has been missing McConkey down the field. Herbert has not thrown. It's been one time in the last 5 weeks he's been 2 touchdowns. Otherwise, it's 1-0, 1-1. And you've got 2 running backs they have confidence in. It should work. I'm just saying they just
the week 1 pump fake of Justin Herbert and the trajectory that we all
I don't
thought
think it was,
he was
I don't think it was a pump fake. Their offensive line, th've had so
yes,
many
look,
injuries.
I'm not saying it all. I'm not saying Justin Herbert's playing bad. I'm saying what you dreamed was about to happen with Herbert's season after week 1 when he goes.
Oh, I lost some money after week 1.
318 yards and 3 touchdowns against Kansas City, and then it just has. I mean, over his last 5 games played, he is losing you your matchups.
He's the quarterback 17 or worse. And keep in mind, quarterback 17 is bad in each of those 5 games.
This is the every year you see the overemphasis of week 1 and what happens in week 1. Because people traded for Herbert everywhere.
But the
people
question
were
is,
trying to get first-round picks for Herbert in our league.
I will say this. I will say this. That's funny. Thank you for saying that. this week, the matchup for Justin Herbert,
It should be great.
I think you can play. He should have a lot of yards. I mean, obviously, I made Gadsden my start of the week. I would be fine playing Ladd McConkey. I'd play him over Terry McLaurin and that tier of people, despite 2 bad games against tough opponents. It's not like over the last couple of weeks we have thought Herbert was going to go out and have a great game, or we've been saying you got to start these guys in these tough matchups. People haven't really been
JJ
starting.
was fine last week.
Exactly. That's all you need to know.
Enough said. Herbert should be playable. Ladd McConkey or Zay Flowers?
Oh, man.
Wow.
I'd go Ladd.
If you need upside, Ladd is fine, but if you just need some Zay Flowers is safe for points.
Christian Watson against Chicago or Ladd?
Ladd.
Cortland Sutton against Jacksonville or Ladd?
Ladd.
Sutton.
That one's close.
Where are you with Mr. hasn't hit 10 points since week 7, Jake Ferguson, who had taken the league by storm? Is he
no
not playing
UT.
him? Yeah.
Okay. And George Pickens, Mr. Maybe I'll be here, maybe I won't get on the bus.
I'm still playing him. It's 2 bad weeks, 2 horrifically bad weeks, but I mean, whatever it is, 10 plus of greatness.
Kansas City 6-8 taking on the 2-12 Tennessee Titans in a game that means nothing. Vegas, Kansas City -3.5, over/under is 37.5.
It means a lot to Tennessee.
Gardner Minshew, Cam Ward. All right. Yeah, it means a lot to Tennessee if they want to keep their top pick, you mean?
Yeah.
And they could accidentally win this game.
Oh, man.
Because it's in Tennessee.
Tennessee, don't do it.
You know what?
Oh.
You know what?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, hit it. If you can
No.
find it, hit it.
That's
I think they took
not
the button away from me.
real.
Andy's almost upset of the week.
Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. At home, Tennessee, been putting up points the last 2 weeks. People want to play the Kansas City defense. That's fine. I get it. You can still do that. I said I think they'd be medium. Tony Pollard somehow found the fountain of youth for the last 2 weeks. 31 and 20 fantasy points.
Yeah, I think that was the last 2 weeks.
We have not watched the Chiefs play a game in which they are not in the playoffs. I since we started the show.
Mm-hmm.
Ever.
At least that they've been eliminated from the playoffs.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, this is we also would never have expected a line of 3.5 against Tennessee with Patrick Mahomes.
I
So
mean,
Gardner Minshew.
you don't know if you've got Rushy Rice.
Are you playing anyone from Kansas City?
No.
Are you playing anybody from Tennessee?
I could see a world where I still play Travis Kelce. He's
Kelsey and Pollard.
I would be very, very scared of Pollard. Travis Kelce is fine, but I mean, it's like Rashee Rice in the concussion protocol. Worthy with Gardner as the quarterback. Not really interested in that. The game environment with Kareem Hunt, who's a touchdown machine, but the Titans are shockingly good against running backs. Over the last 6 weeks, they are the 6th worst matchup for running back. I think I'm just going to bail out of this game.
Yeah.
If possible.
If you can, and you can. You can. You can find guys on the waivers. I mean, we're talking about
Juwan Johnson, Parkinson, would you play them over Kelsey?
Yeah, I would. And Audric Estime versus Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard's been on fire, but he's had easier matchups. This is a very tough run defense. And so I think I would go. I think there's other options for every position you would consider, which is really just, I mean, I guess the one questionable is, let's say Rashee Rice clears concussion protocol in time. He's close to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah,
I feel like
I'm okay playing him, but it's wild.
Yeah.
Cincinnati's 4-10 taking on the 6-8 Miami Dolphins. Cincinnati -4.5 on the road, over under 47.5. Quinn Ewers from the sewers.
Oh,
7th round pick out of Texas. We are relying on Quinn Ewers to keep Devon Achane going.
Sweet, sweet Darren Waller. I don't think Darren Waller is like unplayable. You're going to have to throw to someone, but I mean, with all those other options out there, I'm pivoting for this week. It stinks to take that away.
8 targets for Waller last week.
Semifinals to take it away. It's really, I do think Darren Waller.
It's the fear of the bottom. It's the fear of the nothing.
And it's a unlikelihood of touchdowns. Darren Waller has been a touchdown machine with Tua in this matchup. You almost would expect, like, I'll bet you if Tua was starting, he'd be like minus 130 for a touchdown.
Zach Wilson is frustrated that he did not get the starting job. He's a little confused as to why, but will be a good teammate and do what's asked of him, said Barry Jackson.
To answer, they put on his film. They say, here's why.
Yeah.
It's got to be brutal to be the number 2
bad.
string, and then when the first guy goes down, you're like, because you're not the 2. That means you're not. That means you're a fake 2.
It's a weird situation where if it's just like if Tua had gotten hurt,
it's like Al's the number 1 producer, and then Papa Josh is the number 2.
right.
But obviously the Falcon would take over if Al were to meet his untimely
because we
demise.
need someone with potential.
If Tua had missed one game,
Let's see the reaction to that.
Yeah. No,
thumbs up. If Tua had missed one game, it would have been Zach Wilson. But this is now let's find out what Ewers has just in general.
Of course.
So, yeah, Zach Wilson is not the future of the Dolphins. Also, wait, where's the button?
What button? Oh, just because
Breaking news.
I want to hear how good this is for him. Josh Jacobs with a knee and an ankle won't practice again on Thursday.
Thank goodness.
Oh,
thank goodness. He is powering up again, baby. I said it last week when he was sitting. I'll say it this week. He needs to be hurt. He plays better. So just let the knee swelling go down a little bit. Get in that game. Take that first hit. It's going to hurt a lot. The knee's going to swell up. The coach staff's going to say, you're done. He's going to put 2 hands up, say, I'm staying on the field. Don't ever take me off again. He's going to score 12 touchdowns. Good job, Josh Jacobs.
All right, it's good for him, Mike.
It's good for him.
Officially good for him. We're all curious to see if Joe Burrow can get it going from a fantasy perspective. He has only had multiple touchdown games twice in his 5 starts. That is not ideal. Last week was abysmal, obviously. The 2 interceptions in each of the last 2 weeks, but Buffalo and Baltimore.
I don't know what the chances are of T. Higgins making it back, but
you would like him back.
I've always been on the side of for the Bengals and for Jamar Chase, T. Higgins is better to have on the field. One of the touchdowns or 2 of them, the touchdowns might go to T. Higgins when he's on the field. That is an option, but the team is just better. Your chance of having a monster Jamar Chase game, to me, goes up if T. Higgins is playing.
So Joe Burrow's in your lineup, Mike.
Yeah, Joe Burrow, and if people want to hear my decisions, it's like in the dynasty league, our main dynasty league, I could go Joe Burrow. I could sit with my stack, or I could put in Jared Goff. As of right now, I have Joe Burrow in over Jared Goff. In the league of record against Jason, I have Joe Burrow. I could choose to pivot to Jackson Dart against Minnesota. As of right now, Joe Burrow remains in my lineup.
Chase Brown has been good.
Yeah, Chase Brown, because he's catching all the passes. Samaje Perine is getting way too much work if you have Chase Brown on your fantasy team. But he is, 16, since returning from injury, 16 opportunities, 7, 15. Perine will still get work.
The Dolphins, I am so fascinated. I've been trying to find, to no success, like interviews with Dolphins players post the Tua benching. Because, sometimes a coach is fired and you get that first game bump from the team. It's very common. They beat their spread usually on that first game for the interim head coach. I feel like this is almost the opposite.
We did hear from Tyreek.
From Tyreek, yeah.
He did put a tweet up saying peace.
Yeah. I don't think this is one of those moves that the team, who has been rallying and playing hard, like for instance, the last 6 weeks, this is the number 1 most difficult matchup for running backs in fantasy points given up. Like the Dolphins have been shutting down the run. They've been motivated. They've won their previous 4 games before this last week, and now benching Tua. I feel like
demoralizing.
It's demoralizing to this team. Now, I don't know that for sure, but that's
how a very official white flag.
Yeah, you're not. It's not a galvanizing move, and so I worry that this team is going to start having some players making business decisions and phoning it in. I still can't wrap my head around this decision.
Are you playing Waddle?
I think he is an okay play if you don't have those others.
Bengals shockingly good against fantasy wide receivers, as in shutting them down.
Yeah, I mean, it's because you just passed to the tight end. I mean, we've seen it despite this last week when Lamar only completed 8 passes, and that's all he needed to do to beat the Bengals. Every single week, it has been the team's tight ends are open, and so you don't throw to the wide receivers. You can play him, but all those other guys that I mentioned, Juwan Johnson, Parkinson, and obviously Gadsden, I would play those guys over Waller.
If T. Higgins is active, are you willing to take a semifinal week chance in this one?
Yes,
with the concussion situation?
Yeah, if he's out there.
Over McLaurin?
Yeah.
I would.
DJ Moore?
I'm kind of excited for DJ Moore.
I think I would still go T. Higgins.
The Jets are 3-11. They take on the 4-10 New Orleans Saints. By the way, if we didn't say it, and you need to play HN still.
He's the only one I'm playing.
Don't play Waddle. Don't play Waller.
I'm not going to play Waddle. I'm not.
You're not starting Quinn Ewers?
No.
Oh,
I'm saying the hope, if you have Waddle, is like, okay, Quinn Ewers and just comes out and throws 28% of his passes to Waddle. I'm not banking on it.
Saints and Jets take on one another. New Orleans -4.5, over-under is 40. Right now, the top picks in the draft: Giants, Vegas, Tennessee, Cleveland, Jets, Arizona, New Orleans. So if I'm doing Cardinal math correctly, the Cardinals will win. New Orleans will
win.
Yeah, New Orleans is winning this game.
Oh, okay. You like New Orleans -4.5.
Well,
Tyler Shuck.
I do. Yeah. Well, talk about Tyler Shuck. I like Brady Cook on the other side of the field if I'm starting the New Orleans defense. Brady Cook has thrown 2 interceptions.
Which you are.
In his first match, and
Yes,
then 3 in this past week against Jacksonville. How does that make you feel, Jay?
You remember when I started?
Not great.
Remember when I started the Dolphins defense against a rookie quarterback?
Oh, what was it?
Book? Yeah, for New Orleans.
And it was over.
Do you remember that, Al?
Yeah,
Do you have any recollection
6.
of that one?
Nope.
Oh,
it was like the third play of the game.
Al had like a lead on me, and I needed a defensive touchdown, and it happened so fast.
That's the one you have printed on the wall in the office.
That's right. I do have the screenshot printed out.
Yeah, it's coming back to me.
Do you still see that?
Yeah.
Okay. Estime, start of the week for New Orleans. Tyler Shuck is still in, with this matchup in this game, Tyler Shuck is sort of he's
interesting.
Break glass emergency start situation. Olave, without Vele, Olave seems like a must start in this one. And then Juwan Johnson, you expect him to come in and kind of.
He'll be target number 2.
Yeah, I mean, his targets the last 2 weeks, 4, before that 9 and 7. He's good for 4 targets. I don't know if his ceiling is through the roof, but if you got to go, let's play him against the Jets at home.
Yeah.
On the other side, are you starting Adonai Mitchell, John Mechie?
Adonai I think he's okay. The Saints defense it's very strong. 7th against wide receivers on the season, 4th over the past 6 weeks. But if you're trying to find someone who's going to get volume, Adonai Mitchell will get it. A 27% target share over the last month, and 27% of targets that's a top tier piece of the pie.
All right, that is going to do it for Fantasy Forecast presented by Prize Picks. They have a great Boxing Max discount this week, like Anthony Joshua needing just 0.5 punches. That's right, against Jake Paul. 0.5 punches. I think he'll probably hit that.
Yeah, I think
and
so.
use the code Footballers to get $50 instantly in lineups when you play $5. There you go. We have more matchups tomorrow, the Fantasy Face-Off, the Andy Holloway Wheel of Shame, and then we'll be back on Sunday.
Brought to you by Andrew Holloway.
Yeah. Welcome to Jackass. We'll be back, though, Sunday live. Is it me this week?
It is.
It's me. It's me. And we'll get you ready right before kickoff. Make sure you're following us over on YouTube for that. You can find us on Instagram, instagram.com/fantasyfootballers, on X at the FF Ballers. And you can check out our free Discord channel, ballersdiscord.com. If you'd like to be a part of the community, you can check that out. We are going to say goodbye for now, but hello tomorrow. Another episode coming your way to get you ready for Week 16, semifinal time. I bet Jason hopes he doesn't practice tomorrow, too.
Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Fantasy Footballers Podcast. Join our fantasy football community on jointhefoot.com and follow us on Twitter @TheFFBallers.